Rainbow Six Siege North America League Day Number 3 predictions. Due to scammers being booted from the league and the first day's matches being postponed, the schedule is going to look a little bit weird going forward. Not every team will play every day, and some teams will play twice in a day. So the first matchup of Day Number 3 is Luminosity versus Beast Coast. Finally, we will see this Beast Coast roster debut in the league, and I'm going to pick them for this matchup. Then we have Wildcard versus Oxygen. Oxygen won their first game, whereas Wildcard lost theirs. And maybe you think they were playing against different calibers of opponents, but I'm still going to go with Oxygen for this pick. But I could definitely see Wildcard taking it as well. Then we have Sonics versus M80, and I'd have this as the match of the day if it weren't for the next one. M80 did get a win in their first game, but so did Sonics, and they did so much more impressively. I'm going to go with Sonics here. Match number 4 is Dark Zero versus Space Station, my game of the day, probably everybody's game of the day. This is one of NA's classics and a rematch from 6 Invitational. Tough call, but I'll go with SSG just for the heck of it. And finally, I'm picking Oxygen over Beast Coast in what will be each of the team's second game for the day. What are your picks?